Hello guys, what is up? I am Lee Evan121 and welcome back to Flash Fridays, where I give you guys a blast from the past with games from the Flash as I continue my Let's Play of Zuma Deluxe for the PC. Last time, I finished up my very first perfect run of the adventure mode in Zuma Deluxe without a single life lost. In this episode, and for the next few, I'll be giving you guys a bit of a guide into the Gauntlet Mode, a mode that I myself quite enjoy quite a bit, but it's still pretty challenging in and itself. But if you guys are hyped for more Flash Fridays here on the channel, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for content if you're new, and ring that bell to get notified at any time below on the channel. Last episode, which was the finale to the adventure mode, on the card top right. Anyways, adventure mode is adventure mode, but Gauntlet is the survival mode of Zuma Deluxe. In each of these levels, you actually have each of the 22 levels that are in this game, you can play a survival mode where you're basically just fighting an infinite chain of balls and seeing how far you can go before the balls hit the skull. This is where you can finally see what happens when you, well, game over to an extent. Now, you might have noticed something odd. In Spiral of Doom and Osprey Talon, which are the two levels that I'm going to be focusing on today, you might notice I already have a score posted. That's because this is actually a re-record with some extra assets added in. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Without further ado, I'm actually going to start each of these modes, and to make sure that the video doesn't go on forever, because as I said, you could technically play a level forever until you finally lose, I will stop after I clear Sun God 7, or, well, actually, I will stop once I hit Sun God level 7, finish at that level, just so the video doesn't go on forever. Because there is actually something funny that happens once you hit Sun God level 8, which is probably you could say the kill screen level in this game. Without further ado, let's get things started. We begin with a very simple level, Spiral of Doom. And in every single level, there are certain coin positions which I'm showing on the screen right now. This is for anyone who wants to have a guide on where to collect the coins in the game. I'm mostly showing this because, well, it's a lot easier to recognize, and if you're trying to plan out how you're going to do the level, at least I have a guide for you to know when the coins will spawn and where. I do have to pause in between, however, because, well, the screen doesn't really like me exiting the screen, if you know what I mean. A bit of a tip for Gauntlet Mode is to also try and find as many combos as possible. The reason why is that more combos mean they get more points, and even as you go on through each of the levels, as you see right here by filling the bar, you'll see that further points actually stack. So therefore, it actually is quite beneficial to keep on making combos as much as possible in order to, well, boost up your score. Now, I'm playing somewhat slowly, but honestly, with this kind of level that has actually no danger zones, as you might have noticed, it really is just a case of, well, fire at will whenever you're able to. Now, of course, I'm not saying to fire willy-nilly, but it is recommended to try at least go for outlandish setups if you can. Now, of course, make sure you don't fire wrongly like what I just did, but the point still stands. Now, with Gauntlet Mode, there are a few things to note. One, there's no end to the level. The game just continues on until one of the balls hits the end point, basically. Second thing to note, and I'm trying to remember what it is actually, because it's been a while since I've done this. Later levels, like difficulties will have extra balls added into the fray. Plus, it will also mean the chain of balls will actually go a lot faster than usual. Duh. Of course, it is quite evident considering that the later levels have names that are representative of like the speed. So there's that too. Also, if the chain of balls gets too far, an automatic backwards spell is casted onto the chain. The only thing you have to note is the fact that there is no slowdown. The only slowdown you can get is through a power-up right here. Now, all the power-ups are still available, so the accuracy ball, the backwards ball, the slowdown ball, and the fireball are all still available. but they may actually come at lesser amounts considering that, well, it's Gauntlet Mode and they're not trying to make it easy for you to survive. So you can see right here, backwards, but no slowdown afterwards. It actually just goes back to the regular speed. So you might want to be careful in case you didn't know that. Coins do help a lot, even though the points don't say so. They actually do give the same amount of the completion bar. So it is worth to try and go for them. And really, any of the strategy I've shown throughout the main playthrough applies to this mode as well. So try and go for coins whenever you can. Try to go to outlandish if it's wise. And yeah, just make sure that the chain just never comes close to the skull. And right there, you can see I just had the 10 times chain, and I already had a lot of the bar filled up. That's why I said to go for chains whenever possible, because you can actually fill up that bar very quickly. One thing to note, by the way, is as the bar goes down after you clear a level, the bar can still be filled with later complete clearance of the balls, even though the chain still is going backwards. So right here, pay attention to the bar right here. I can actually already start the next filling of the next set of the next bar, basically. You don't have to worry about it having to go all the way down in order to, well, continue. Also, that was very risky on me. It actually worked. And honestly, the rest of it, I have to say, is just, well, studying how I play, because really, I do try to avoid any of the danger zones, if there are any, and more importantly, I do try to go for any opportunities to, well, get coins, even if the window looks small. Pausing whenever you think that a chain's gonna happen in case, well, the chain gets messed up if you shoot wrongly, and all that stuff. Another thing to note is that the speed of the chain actually is not dependent on where the active chain is at. It's actually dependent on where the chain is chain ends. So right there, you can see that the chain was actually further up. So therefore, the chain's actually moving slowly. Now, if the chain was all the way back to the start, then the game would actually have made the chain go faster, basically. The rest, I like to say again, is just you studying how I play. Because you could say that I'm like, well, I wouldn't say the epitome, but more so a good benchmark of how I like to play and how not to play. Oh. Now the cool thing is that because the chain does like slow down at parts, it actually is advisable to try and go for moments where, well, you can see there, I just stunned the chain a bit right there. So that gives me more time to at least shoot another, get another combo in the process. It's all about spatial awareness. If you're not already great with spatial awareness, you might struggle with this mode. But again, it also does require a bit of practice to know when to shoot and when not to shoot. And the other key thing, of course, is not to be too greedy, like what I just tried to do there, where trying to wait for a sudden power-up to come by. If you realize that the chain is getting way too close, just shoot the chain as soon as possible, because the last thing you want to do is get greedy, and luck decides it's not going to be your day. That was bad. Nice. That was a chain of 5. Right there, another example of slowing down the chain by pushing the chain all the way back. You can see right there, now that the chain is got even more closer to the start, you can see that the speed has actually exponentially increased from earlier. But now that the chain has gone up to here, the chain actually moves a lot slower. Also, I noticed that there, on the screen there was no blue, so therefore the launcher basically adjusted the balls in the frog to ensure that, well, you don't need to have blue, basically. And whilst any ball of any color can spawn, they at least are kind enough to replace any balls that are not on screen so that, well, you can continue clearing out the chain. So that's another thing to note. Now, I mentioned how I was going to stop at Sun God 8 once I hit that level, and that's actually for a very good reason. I want to showcase that in terms of, like, the speed of the chain, it actually is very important to note that when it comes to... Hang on. When it comes to the chain speed, once after you hit Sun God 8, it is no longer dependent on how far the chain is. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see what I mean once I hit Sun God 8. And chains help quite a bit. Nice. Alright, almost Sun God 8. Oh. There we go. Much better. So now that I hit Sun God 8, watch the speed. And I'm actually not going to shoot. And you'll see what I mean when I say it's no longer dependent. You can see that despite the fact that the chain is still at the start, the speed's just going to carry on. It's not going to stop. And it's all just about me the game lasting is all going to be dependent on me just, well, try my best to survive with the higher speed. And it will never stop. The only way you can slow it down is through power-ups. Otherwise, you can just see that chain go all the way to the end. I'm just going to shoot randomly because I'm going to stop here. And you can see that chain just does not stop in speed. And there's your game over sound effect for those who have been wanting to hear that. Good timber does not grow with ease. The stronger the wind, the stronger the trees. So right there, they actually just give random tips whenever you game over. Especially the adventure mode, they also do the same thing. It's quite funny what they actually say. I don't actually know all of what the game says. So if there's a certain, like, certain set of words of wisdom that I don't know of, you probably see me get quite chuckly over it, let's just say. Alright, there's Spiral Doom. Now let's move on to Osprey Talon. Now, of course, with the level folding on itself twice, you can see that the danger zones I'm marking right here are mostly on the curves right here. So I will recommend avoiding this section right here, where it's possible for you to shoot the ball, and it actually goes to a different section. And that's why I call danger zones. Now, I'm not necessarily saying you must avoid them completely, but it's more so the idea of, if you can, don't shoot there. Otherwise, you'll find yourself, struggling to make combos there. Now, the reason why I actually did a re-record is that this asset of, showcasing the danger zones was only just created a few days ago. Like, I only just thought to myself, you know what, let me try and, do this set of assets in order to make things easier for you guys to see, basically. Hence, admittedly, why I decided to re-record this episode, so that I can include it in every single level. Because again, this is supposed to be a guide video, and there's going to be one level that I don't showcase this. They'll be kind of awkward, let's just say. As you can see that me pushing the chain all the way back has caused the chain to forcibly, like, it's almost like forcibly trying to push itself forward, basically. And this is where the speed can be a bit fast, and without the use of accuracy ball, it can be a bit tricky trying to make combos right here. Of course, if you're like me, who's able to see the chain before it begins, it may not necessarily be a big problem. Now, there has actually not been any research on the speed difference in between levels in Gauntlet Mode. Although from experience, my guess is that the speed actually increases, like, the further you go into a certain, like, speed. For example, I'm now in Rabbit 7, and the speed of the chain is actually a lot faster than usual. Faster than even Jaguar 1, basically. And when does it stop? Well, once I reach the next one. So you can see Eagle, you can see the speed is a lot slower than before, all of a sudden. That's just because I just entered into Eagle. So that's kind of an interesting side note about the speeds in this mode. Nice. Scam shots right here, I would recommend trying them a lot. Especially in this level where you can see I can easily make a gap right here and shoot at an opportune time if I can. Helps when you also have a accuracy ball to aid the speed, basically. Remember, accuracy ball is just you being fast. That's all it is. Nice. Take your gap bonus. Again, try to just take advantage of every gap bonus that you can find. And you'll find yourself getting through the each of the levels in Gauntlet Mode very easily, let's just say. That purple one's despawn right there. Okay, I mainly told myself I'd be a bit greedy and it paid off. And I can't stress enough, combos help this mode. You can see how far I've gone into Eagle 7 already with just combos after combo after combo. So you can see right there the speed is a lot faster on Eagle 7, but when I move to Cheetah 1, or Panther 1, well, I mean, it's a little bit hard to say because now I just activated the slowdown ball. But you can see how slow it is gonna become all of a sudden. Oh, now that I think about it, that actually kind of makes the extra speed near the end of the game, where once you reach Sun Guard 7, that actually now makes sense. Now that I said that the speed is a lot more ludicrous near the end of each of the speed values. Because that means that once you hit Sun Guard 7, there's nowhere else that the speed can go, and the speed is just going to be ludicrous all the way. So I guess I answered my own question at that. Huh. Well, there you go. There's your answer. There's your answer solved. There's your question solved right there. Right then and there. Now, of course, I'm still learning this game time to time, and learning the insides and outsides of this. So it definitely is one of those things where I don't know everything about the game, and there's just more to explore. In fact, next episode, I'm actually going to showcase that key trick that was mentioned in one of the tips and tricks during our main adventure. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see what I mean in episode 6. There you go, gap bonus right there to take advantage of. If you have to be patient, be patient. Always firing balls may not be the best idea when it comes to beating this game. Hence, you might see that I sometimes just have to pull back the reins in order to excel. Oh, great. Guess who confused red and white again? I'll give you a clue. It's me. Let's see here. Oh dear, the game's not giving me good colors right now. Ah, risky shot there. Nice. And again, you see how fast the speed is at Jaguar 7, but once I head into Sun God 1, you can see all of a sudden the speed goes back to a relatively okay speed. Now, not necessarily it's the best speed, but at least it's better than the previous one. There we go. There we go. Now, of course, I welcome any feedback or actually questions on this game, because again, even some people out there have had this game for quite a while, since, well, the CD days, and they may still struggle with this game. So any questions in the comments below, I will definitely try and answer to the best of my ability. Yeah, this is where the chain's gonna be very mad at, push it all the way back. But again, as you can see, as we go further on, as the chain goes further on, the speed actually does not decrease. So I would say that I think Sun God 7 might just be the maximum speed then, of the chain, no matter what. Unless you're telling me the game actually just infinitely increases speed no matter what level you're on. That'd be kind of funny. Ah. That was awkward. Much better. Hey! Spatial awareness is the best. Hang on, I want to see how far this chain can go. And you can see that just with chains... Oh, look at that, I already got to Sun God 9 without even meaning to as much. That's just how powerful chains are in this game. Oh, I activated the backwards one apparently. Alright. You know, just for fun, since I'm already here, I might as well just... No, I'm actually gonna wait for this chain to go further. Because... Bam! In fact, I'm gonna try and keep this chain alive. I'm not gonna actually... Did I tell you that chains are powerful? Look at how far I've gone just from chains! I only shoot a few balls and look at that maximum effort. Minimal effort for maximum results. There we go. That's just how powerful it is. But there we go. That's Osprey Talon for you, and how powerful max chains can be. Once you can accept the universe as matter expanding to nothing that is something, wearing stripes with plaid comes easy. Yeah, then actually some of the tips can be quite nonsensical. Anyways, that's gonna be it for my showcase for, well, at least for now, of Gauntlet Mode. Next time on Zuma Deluxe, we're gonna move on to the next two levels, Riverbed Mosaic and Breath of Ekatao. And now, this is where I have to, well, redo the assets because these are new levels, and the coin positions are different. Thank you guys so much for watching, but remember, the adrenaline rush is real. This is the Epinephrine121 signing out, and I'll catch you guys on episode 6 of my playthrough of Zuma Deluxe. Peace.